Hey guys, welcome back to Ask Anna. Today I'm going to be answering your questions from Instagram because I put up an Instagram today and asked you to ask me some questions. If my hair looks like straw, I do apologize, but yesterday we had a crazy day. We were like on set for something that I'm not really allowed to talk about, but it's to do with Sky One and it's coming out in about a month's time. I think we're allowed to talk about it, but I had my hair like back combed, it was over to one side, it was like I was a prom queen kind of. It was crazy. So my hair this morning was like, I was trying to like pull and like brush the hairspray out, but there was so much in there, it was just so much volume. So that's why it looks a little bit crazy today. So onto your questions. Kelly_X15 said, in Italy, will you keep working out and eating healthy? We're only going to Italy for like, I think it's 10 days, 2 weeks, I'm not really sure. I think it's 10 days. And honestly, every time both of us, like Jonathan and I, go to Italy, we always lose weight because we always find ourselves eating fresher, healthier foods just naturally because the food there is so good. And it's just fresh and it's like so hot outside that you don't really feel like eating a lot. You just eat like little smaller amounts of good quality food. I probably won't be exercising, let's be honest, unless I like swim sometimes in the pool or in the sea, I don't know, but I probably won't be like working out because it'll be really hot and I'll be on holiday, and who wants to work out when they're on holiday? I'm sure some people do, but I'm not that dedicated. But I will definitely be eating healthy, just not even thinking about it, because this just always happens every time we go. I love it. I think it's amazing. You always feel so much better when you come back. Jessica Rose _2_ said, do you consider yourself a perfectionist? Yes. I think this is something that I probably don't talk about a lot on videos because it's something more personal, but it's something that I've struggled with a lot, like in my life, kind of most of my life. I would say probably since I started school I've struggled with it. And no, I don't want to say struggled with, because sometimes it's more of a problem than it is other times. Like sometimes it could be a good thing to be a perfectionist, but it's something that has kind of hindered me in some ways and then bettered me, made me a better person in other ways. It's really difficult for me to even like explain, but it's definitely, being a perfectionist is not a great thing to be for certain aspects of your life. Like for certain things, like, you know, schoolwork and stuff like that, it could be fine because it, you know, obviously it gets you somewhere and it has you achieving higher or whatever. But in life, like, life is just not perfect, but I have a really hard time dealing with that. Like, I just struggle with that all the time. Lilo Wings 123, when you were little, how many kids did you want? I wanted, I think 2. I can't really remember myself ever wanting more than 2. I think I always just kind of envisaged myself with 2, but I don't know. I don't think I really thought about it that much. This is the Dodge said, or the Dodge said, if you were to have another baby, would you prefer a boy or a girl? And what would you name it? I don't know about names because I really haven't thought about that because it's not really on my agenda at all. But I think if I had to choose, I would probably, I mean, I don't know. I think I would probably be more comfortable with having another girl. And I know that's probably going to sound a bit mean to Eduardo because I do love having a boy. I love having a boy and a girl, but I feel like if I'm thinking like fast forward to teenage years, I like know how to deal with girls a lot better than I know how to deal with boys. I feel like I could deal with 2 girls better than I could deal with 2 boys, if that makes sense, but I don't know. Amy Imogen asked, how do you feel about your children growing up as more British than Irish? So this is something that a lot of people have actually brought up, especially when they hear like Emilia's, especially Emilia's because she's obviously talking more, and Eduardo too, their accents and the fact that they have like English or British accents rather than Irish ones, and how we feel about it. And I always think it's really funny because like Jonathan and I are totally in love with it. Like we just think it's so cute and we love their accents and we kind of think it's just adorable. I don't really have an opinion on it because I think because I moved so much as a child, like I was born in America, but I was never really American because neither of my parents were American. And then, you know, I lived in Italy for a while, but I never really felt wholly Italian because I was only half Italian. Then we moved to Ireland. I was like the American one for a while, or the Italian one. You know, I've never really felt like a part of, I would say Irish is what I feel probably the most because I've spent the longest time there, but I still don't feel like 100% Irish. I don't feel like 100% part of one country or one place, or I don't know, it's difficult to like even put into words, but that's just how I feel. So because I don't feel attached to one specific country, or like I never get patriotic about any country because I just feel like I'm pulled all over the place, that just makes me very like, I don't care at all about, you know, what the kids think, what the kids identify with as their country. Oh, this is a good one. XGen03 said, what is something you used to do as a child that you wish you could still do? I wish I could do gymnastics, like handstands, cartwheels, like all that kind of stuff. I was able to do it. I was like really, really good at gymnastics and like really flexible as a child. I think I'm still quite flexible though. But as I got older, I lost some of that like flexibility and probably, you know, confidence as well. But I was able to do like cartwheels, handstands, all that kind of stuff. And now if I tried it, I would just look like an idiot and I would not be able to do it. Devi_4 said, what's for dinner tonight? I'm making chicken fajitas with whole wheat wraps. Whole wheat tortillas. Fergie_Rhiannon said, what is one of the most difficult things you've ever had to do? So one of the most difficult things I've ever had to do was, so I got this internship in Ralph Lauren, which was like a dream job for me at the time. And like, I was excited about it, but then at the same time there was a lot of uncertainty about what was going to happen with my dad, so it was really, really difficult, and like it was something that I was unsure of whether I should go or not. Like on the one hand, I wanted to follow like my dream and my passion, but then on the other hand, I didn't want to leave my dad. You know, it was just difficult. So, and I wasn't sure if he was still going to be there like when I came back. He was, but you know, I just didn't know. So I was in the airport and my mom and my dad were there and I was going off on my own. I was like 20 though, I think, or 19. Yeah, I was 20. So I wasn't like really young either. And I felt like it was our last goodbye, and it wasn't, but I will just never forget that moment because that whole time was like so hard for me. Like I don't think I slept the entire time that I was in, it was in Munich in Germany, and I don't think I slept for those, like, I think I was there for 6 weeks. It was probably the worst time in my entire life. Like I cried myself to sleep every single night. Yeah, that moment, that was probably the hardest thing I've ever had to do. And I remember I just didn't let myself cry because he was crying. So it was just like, just suck up, just don't cry. So I didn't. And I just said goodbye, and then I made it really like, okay, bye. And that was it. I cannot leave this video on a sad note. So I'm gonna have to find a happy question to answer, okay? 5 Seconds of Dreaming said, what's your motivation to be healthy and to work out almost every day? P.S. You're my motivation. Aw, thank you. Honestly, it's really, really hard. Like, I find it really difficult, but I always kind of remind myself that, you know, if I work out today, if I go for a walk, if I do those sit-ups, if I do that workout, if I eat healthy, I will feel good about myself tomorrow. So when I wake up I always think of that, like when I wake up the next morning, it's going to be worth it because I will be like, I'm so glad I did that. I always feel like it's the next day that I pay for it, whatever I do. Like if I eat really, really badly, like really unhealthily, or if I eat way too late at night, you know, you feel bad the next day. Whereas if you eat healthier and like more balanced throughout the day, or if you push yourself a little bit in your workout and you wake up the next day, you can feel it and you feel like good about yourself. So that's always what I remind myself. Sorry, I have a hair. And I feel like it helps a lot, because if you focus on that feeling that you get the next morning or the next day, it kind of pushes you to like do it, you know? That's all I've got time to do today, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry it was so emotional. I feel like my makeup's probably like running down my face, and it's so hot today as well. But I hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.